Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about this little thing I like to call sleeping in. Now, I'm pretty sure you all know what sleeping in is. If you don't, then, well, I'm sure most of you know what it is anyway. But for those of you who don't, I'm going to explain it anyway, even though I'm sure most of you do. But sleeping in is basically, well, it's kind of self-explanatory. You're basically sleeping past the point at which you wanted to wake up, or you had to wake up in some cases. Well, yeah, it's a pretty bad thing when you sleep in. I mean, it's kind of bad. Like, if it's on the weekend, you sleep in too long and then you waste half the day sleeping. It sucks. But it's even worse when you actually got places to be or something. Like, sleeping in sucks, I know, because I've done it before. And it can make you late for work or school or some kind of appointment or whatever. I hate sleeping in. Sleeping in is just the worst. Now, sometimes there's different levels of sleeping in. For example, you could sleep in to the point where you're actually waking up and you're already late for school, or you're waking up and you have to rush to make it to school on time faster than you usually would have. For example, say school starts at 8 o'clock. So you have to be at school by 8 o'clock and you wake up at 8:20. That would be being late, waking up late. And then say you wake up at 7:40. That's 20 minutes before school starts. You're just waking up. And you'd usually wake up at I don't know, 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7, I don't know, 6, I don't know, something like that. A couple hours before school starts maybe. But you end up sleeping in because, I don't know, you forgot to set your alarm, you slept through your alarm, maybe you got up, set your alarm off, and then went back to bed and just to lie there, but you accidentally fell asleep. I've done that before. It's you're too tired, you're 5 more minutes, I just want to lie here for a little bit, you fall asleep, and then you wake up and oh my gosh, I'm late. Yeah, it sucks. Now, I don't think I've ever slept in to the point where I was actually late for school. Okay, maybe I have. I can't really remember, but yeah, it sucks. Usually if you're a kid, your parents will wake you up and say you have to go to school. Before it's too late, usually they'll do that. Maybe not always, but sometimes they'll do that. My parents do that too sometimes. If I'll sleep in, they'll be like, you gotta wake up, you gotta get to school, and yeah. But honestly, sleeping in is just annoying, and it just throws your day off. It's maybe you didn't get enough sleep last night. Maybe you went to bed late. Maybe, I don't know, you were just tired or something. Now, don't you hate it when it's your weekend or your day off, and you're I want to wake up early today to enjoy my day the most as possible. So you set your alarm for 8 o'clock, and then you end up getting up to your alarm and oh, I'm too tired, I'll just go to bed for a couple more minutes, and then you end up sleeping until 12 or 1, and then you're darn, I wasted the whole day just sleeping. I hate when that happens, because that happens to me. On the weekend, sometimes I'll sleep in to 12 o'clock, and I've wasted half the day sleeping, and I hate it, because I want to make the most of my day, but I've just wasted half of it just sleeping, when I could have been doing other stuff watching YouTube videos, playing video games, eating, or I don't know. What else do I do? Not much. I don't have much of a life, but still, I just don't like sleeping in. I don't like sleeping in that much. I mean, it's nice to get a little bit more sleep, but when you sleep in too much, it can get annoying. I wish there was a way to pause time so that way. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but really, I wish there's a way to pause time so you can just sleep as much as you want. Hold on to a moment as long as you want, and not have to worry about anything coming up until you unpause time. And then you could just sleep for hours and just pause time. That way you'll never waste time. I don't know. I don't even know where that's going, but yeah. And that brings me to the topic of just sleeping in general. I mean, you need to sleep. It's good to sleep sometimes, but realistically, sleeping takes about a third of your life. So you spend a third of your life sleeping. And if you put that time to good use, who knows what you could do. When you think about it, life is kind of short. I mean, it's about 80 years, but it might not be. It could be more or less, depending. But that's not very long. I mean, it is kind of long, but it's think about it in terms of how long the universe has been around. 80 years compared to what, 14 billion? I don't think that's a lot. But yeah, I mean, I think the lifespan of people is increasing, but still. And the fact that you spend half that time sleeping, not half, but like a third, it's like ridiculous. And yeah, also not getting enough sleep. I mean, you want to stay up late because you want to enjoy the most of your time without sleeping, but then you also want to get up early. And then what if you're like staying up late, like studying, and then you end up being late because you sleep in? Like that's why I like to set an alarm, but even that doesn't always work because maybe you set it for the wrong time, maybe you forgot to hit start on the timer, maybe stuff like that. Or maybe you just shut it off and then just fell back asleep. Like that's kind of sucks. So I don't like it when that happens because yeah, it's like you wake up and then you know you're supposed to be awake and then you fall back asleep. Like seriously. I'm just talking about the same stuff. Look, sleeping in sucks. You can miss a lot of important things when you sleep in, and it takes away from your time to do stuff you want. So, yeah, it sucks. So a way to get around this is set an alarm, and also make sure that when you get up, you gotta stay up, no matter how tired you are. I mean, if you're okay with sleeping in, that's fine. But if you really don't want to sleep in, just you push yourself not to, and it's kind of hard to do, but it's possible. So yeah, I sometimes have to do that. Like I don't like getting up on the weekdays either, but you know you gotta do it. So yeah, you gotta make sure you get up and you don't sleep in because I hate it when you're rushing and you think you're gonna be late and then well usually I end up being on time still, but it's just deducts from my schedule. So yeah. Like, you have your morning routines, right? But when you sleep in, that kind of ruins it. You can't go by your morning routine anymore, so yeah. Anyways, that's my little discussion on sleeping in. It kind of is long, because it's like almost 8 minutes, so yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and peace.